When Jesus comes out of the tomb, you remember what happens? What happens? Let's not take any of it, sort of for granted. Let's think about it together. First thing that happens when he comes, after the resurrection, what's the first thing he does? You know what he does? He walks out of that tomb. He couldn't wait to get out of that tomb. He stayed as long as he needed to stay in order for prophecy to be fulfilled, and as soon as it was, he's gone. He doesn't hang out in the tomb. Neither did Lazarus when Jesus says, "Hey buddy, come on out." "No, I kind of like it in here." No. Listen, the first thing that you and I are to do upon resurrection, and that's Colossians 3:1, if you were raised, then what? Then come out of the tomb. Why is it that we so often will kind of hang out in the grave instead of experiencing now the newness of life that Christ has come to provide? You know the second thing that happens upon resurrection? It's this. Can't wait to talk to him about it. The second thing that happens is Jesus folds up the grave clothes. He sets them down. That's exactly what he's saying to Lazarus. He's saying, loose him. Take those grave clothes off. That's exactly here what he's saying in Colossians Chapter 3 to you right now in San Diego, right here in this church. He's saying, take off the clothes. Take off the old self. Take off the old life. Put off the old man. Take the grave clothes off. You remember the story in the Old Testament here? You got the priest, his name was Joshua, and he's hiding his dirty, filthy garments underneath the table. And finally he's called on it, and it's like, you're going to have to let those things go if you're going to be wrapped now in my robe of righteousness, which I have for you, which the Lord has for you and I. But we can't be wrapped in that robe of righteousness if we aren't willing now to let go of the grave clothes, which Jesus does, incidentally. He kind of packs them up, folds them up really nice, and then walks out in a whole new set of clothes. You say, where did he get the new clothes from? Yeah, I don't know. I can't wait to ask. I think he just said, clothes. And new clothes, and he's got new clothes for you and I. We got to let go of the grave clothes in order to put those new clothes on. Thirdly, you know the third thing that happens after the resurrection? You know what happens? He comes out of that tomb to encourage, to minister, and to bless the people of God, to bless the believers. He didn't come out of the grave angry. I would have. I'm just being honest. I would have come out of the grave and gone straight to Pilate's house. Shown him who's boss. He doesn't come out angry, doesn't come out bitter. He comes out to encourage and bless the believers. And then fourthly, you know what he does after resurrection? He comes out to live for and look forward to one thing, going home. How about you? Is that what you're living for today? For one thing, just living to go home, living to go to heaven. I ought to be able to walk into your office as your pastor and say, what are you pursuing? What are you living for? What are you going for this? I got an MBA in economics. You want to talk numbers? You want to talk charts? I'll talk charts with you, but ultimately I'm going to ask you, is this all you're living for? I ought to be able to walk into your living room, Mom, and say what it is you're living, and you ought to be able to say, I am living to go to heaven. I am living to go to heaven, and I'm out to take as many with me as I can. You say, Bob, that's your job. That's your job as a follower of Jesus Christ. Upon the resurrection, this, laying down the old life, dying to the old, and taking on the new, to look forward to going home. Simply stated, let me put it like this. All that he lived for is all that we live for.